Hi everyone, how are you doing? And Happy New Year to you and your family. So this morning I thought to share a few thoughts with you, and it's just about being unavailable. One of the things on my list for this year is to be unavailable, and I'm sure you're wondering what I mean by that, or what exactly I will be unavailable to. Now, I just sort of looked through the year that has just gone by and the years before that, and I just was thinking to myself that what can I do differently this coming year, and which is the year we're in now. What can I do differently in 2017 to effect some change in my life and in my children's life, and basically in everything that I do. And one of the things that jumped at me was I need to be unavailable. So there's a few things that I've been available to, or that I could be available to, that would not work for me if I want to achieve success in my personal life, success as a mom to my children, and success even in everything else that I do at work, and also with my other projects, Adorable Mom, Royal Vessel Vintage House, and all of the other things that I do. So I thought, okay, well, I would not keep this to myself, and I would share with you all. And so the first thing is to be unavailable to every form of negativity, in any form and in whatever way. So there be no negativity allowed in my life this year. Like, I'm not going to give room to it. You might want to wonder, like, how do you give room to negativity? There's so many ways that negativity seeps into our lives that we are not aware of, or that sometimes we just sort of overlook. So, for example, complaining. Complaining is such a strong form of negativity, but it's so subtle that we sometimes don't realize how we allow it, either when we do it ourselves or when we allow other people to do it to us. So if you're surrounded by people who are constantly complaining, it's time to make a change. And if you yourself are constantly complaining about everything, it's time to make a change, because then complaining will not solve the problem. So rather than complain, deal with the issue and leave the complaints. Number two thing is judging. We judge so easily. We judge people, we judge things, we just sort of turn ourselves into judges overnight, and we know how to judge everybody else but ourselves. And we're very good at giving judgments to people, especially when we don't agree with their ideals or the way they're doing their things. So no judgmental conversations are allowed around me, and I'm definitely not going to be entertaining that. The other thing is excuses. I'm one person who does not like excuses. Like, my family know that. People that work with me, around me, know that I don't like excuses, because when you're giving an excuse to things, what I hear you say to me is, this is not important to me. I'm not interested in this, or I have other priorities, blah, blah, blah. So excuses just automatically, for me, turns into, oh, this person is not interested in this thing, or this is not important to them. Now, I always say to the children, there's a difference between excuses and reasons. So you could have a reason not to do something, but when you're given an excuse, that is you saying, look, I had other important things. And it's a thin line between them, but if you master it enough, you'll be able to tell the difference between an excuse and a reason. So excuses is one thing I've never really allowed in my environment, and it's one thing I will not be allowing still in my environment. And the other thing is exaggeration. Oh my, exaggeration is just lying. Lying. When you exaggerate things, you lie. So that's another thing to make yourself unavailable to. So people who exaggerate things are just master liars. So just literally make yourself unavailable to that. Also, gossip. Gossip, it's so easy to get into gossip, and that's speaking ill of other people when they're not there. And of course, that it's another form of negativity. So no, 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 be unavailable to it. Now, there are other things that I will be unavailable to that may not necessarily seem like negativity, or that are not negativity, but they're just not helpful either. They don't help you be productive. An example of that is endless conversations that that take you nowhere, or that do not add value. So endless conversations that take you nowhere and add no value is a no, no, no in the coming year, because you end up spending time with this person or with this friend, and you have this long conversations, and you spend time that you could have used on yourself or with your children, having these conversations that at the end of the day have added no value to you or to your family. So for me, it's going to be a no, no, no. Now, another thing is people who take advantage. So you make yourself available to people and they just take advantage of your good heart, of your kindness. That also is going to be a no, no, no. Because if you want to be productive, if you want to achieve success, you need to be unavailable to certain things. You can't be available to everybody. You can't be available to everything. You would run yourself down. You would run on, low steam after a while. If you're available, you can't be, you're not the savior. I mean, I know that for a fact in my life. I'm not the savior. I can't save the world. I can't save everybody. I can only do my little bits at a time, and hoping that the little bit that I do will make a great impact. But to think, oh, I can rescue everybody and everything at the same time, I will just end up working myself up and probably making more mess than. So you can't be available to everybody. As a mom, you can't be available for everything. They wanted to, there are things, other activities outside your role as a mom. If you're available to every single activity, you will have no time for yourself, for your family, for your children, and you will be available to everything and everybody, but you end up not being productive in your life and in your home, or you just might get overwhelmed. There's so many odds to it. So you have to be unavailable to certain things, even if they're good, if there's a good intention behind it, if there's if they're good things, even if they're good things, too many good things as well can be bad for you. So if you do too many good things, you're doing too many good things, it will have its own advantage. Too much of everything, I'd say, can be bad. So that's my quick chat for this morning. I was just thinking about being unavailable, and I thought, okay, I'll share a few things that I will be unavailable to this year, and some that I've been unavailable to in the past years that have helped me. And I hope that you have picked one or two things from it. I'll be back again. Do take care and have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.